Today on Better Student Leaders, we have a special student highlight episode with Hannah Arndt. Originally from Canada, I met the wonderful Hannah in a workshop just a couple of weeks ago on growth mindset, where we were hundreds of meters up in the sky, literally watching planes fly below us. Yes, planes fly below us in Australia's tallest building, I believe, Hannah. Is that correct? I think the
Yeah,
Q1.
yeah.
Tallest building in Australia, I believe the tallest building in the Southern Hemisphere, even. And I met Hannah right at the point when I asked everyone in the audience, put your hand up if you feel like climbing to the top of this building after the workshop. And Hannah looked a little bit nervous. Hannah, thanks for joining me on the podcast today.
Thank
Is
you
it,
for having me.
you're welcome. Is it fair to say that you're a little bit nervous about climbing this ridiculously tall building?
Yeah, I think I was the only one who was. I was the only one to put my hand up. That was nervous. I was
And even
terrified.
if even if the other hands didn't go up, there might have been some other
Yeah.
nerves in the room. Walk me through a little bit. You arrive at the Q1 on the Gold Coast. You're a Gold Coast Mayor student ambassador. You've come along to this session about growth mindset, and you know at the end of this, the challenge is to put the growth mindset into practice and climb up to the top of the building. What was it like that morning, arriving at the bottom of the building, going up the elevator? Take us through that journey a little bit.
Originally I actually wasn't gonna go. When we got the email, I remember I messaged Crystal so many times. Or sorry, Crystal is like the director of Mayor Student Ambassador. Am I going to fall off? Like, is there a fall? What happens? Do I hang? Like, has anyone got injured? Like, I wanted all like the legal background of what was about to happen to me. I didn't want to go the morning of. I was telling myself, even in the elevator, so the elevator you go up 77 floors, and then the climbs on the 78. So it was going up to the 77 floor. I was like, even if I get my harness on, I can't do it. I don't think I can do it. It'll be okay. And we went into this amazing, beautiful room, and it was glass floor. I was like, I can't do it. I absolutely cannot do it. I was like, there's no way Josh could be able to change my mind. Like, I just saw the growth mindset, and I was like, oh, here we go. Like, we'll see, we'll see what happens. Like, I'm stuck on this. It's my biggest fear. And then through the workshop, it was amazing. I was sitting there being like, I'm gonna be so proud of myself if I do it. And it's only a little bit. It's only a little bit of time. The future me is gonna thank me so much. It's only an hour. I'll be fine. Um, so I was really excited. Talked to you after. Was ready to go. Changed my mind. Was gonna do it. And then I got my harness on, sobbing. Like we were standing, we were about to climb up, and the stairs are like steep like this before the actual climb. And I was just, everyone was so excited taking videos. I was just sitting there sobbing. Like I was like, I don't think I can do this. I asked them, I was like, how do I go back down if I need to? And there was like, they're like, it's not gonna happen. You got to do it. You're too far. And I was like, okay. Did it. Just kept telling myself it's a deadline on the other side. It will be done. I'll be proud of myself, and it's a milestone, and it'll be okay. And I'll do it, and I don't have to do it again. And then did it, and I felt amazing at the top. It was incredible. So
Congrats. That's incredible. Tell me a little bit about how that mindset shifted. So the morning of, you didn't even want to
yeah,
go, you go up, and if for anyone who hasn't done it, going up the Q1 on the Gold Coast, 77 floors up as you go up, it really, when you get to the top, you start to realize just how high in the sky you are. You've got that mindset going in of, I do not plan on doing this. I don't know about this. And then over the next sort of hour and a half that we have, that mindset shifted a little bit and ultimately shifted massively to the point that you not only got the courage to do it, but I think it should be said you actually nominated to go in the first group. So the groups were split in two, and I came up to you afterwards, like, "Are you going to do it?" You're like, "I'm in the first group. I've moved myself up." So, so what shifted there? Whether it was the internal dialogue, the chat with the peers around you, something from the workshop, what was it that changed in your mindset over that time we spent together?
I think it was definitely the workshop. I have to give my peers credit. I would not have been able to do it without them. Like they definitely pushed me to go and said, "I'll do it with you. I'll go." And they were. I wanted to go first because I knew if I sat there and stared at it for another hour, it wasn't going to happen. Like I finally through our workshop, I think you said like goals are an ongoing process to consider them milestones and not a goal. And so in that moment when you said that, I clicked and I was like, if I can do this, how many other things can I do? Like maybe I'll go skydiving one day. Like if I don't go, I'm gonna forever think today, what would have happened? Like this is an incredible opportunity. I'm here. I won't do it by myself. Like I wouldn't sign up to do it by myself. So it definitely switched in that way that I was like, if I do this milestone, there's so many other milestones that I can do. It doesn't have to be a final thing. And then you also said problems or opportunities. And I was like, this is a massive problem for me right now, but it's also like this is scarier than any assignment, anything I've ever done. But it's insane opportunity as well. Like to say now when I look at it, I'm like, I've done that. Like I can, and that's what I was telling myself. Like I'm gonna look at it and be like, you climb that. I always look at it and was always thought that's so high. Like I would never want to do that. People are crazy. But now when I drive past it, I'm like, I did that. Like that's so cool. Um, but like you said, if you don't have a goal, you don't have a problem. So for me to have this problem, I had the goal of being better on the other side and facing my fears. And that was like the biggest thing. I just kept telling myself while I was climbing, like, this is an amazing problem to have. Like this fear is so good. And as cheesy as it sounds, I feel like I've now when I do things, even with uni, I'm like, I don't want to cite this, I don't want to do this assignment. I'm like, but you climbed the Q1. Like you can do anything. Like you so I think yeah, it was incredible. Like, but without your mindset and without your the growth, there's no way. I would have had a negative mindset and I would not have been able to keep going each step. Like I just kept saying, like, you will be good on the other side. You will be good. This is incredible, good opportunity. It's an amazing problem to have. And it just made all my steps just kept going. And if I would have been fixed and would have been, I can't do this, I wouldn't have, my body wouldn't have moved. It wouldn't have gone. So
You would have been physically fixed as well
yeah,
as
100,
mentally.
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So some of those insights there, and it's really interesting to hear it back from students as well, of those insights of seeing it as a milestone, that goal in that development. It's just
Yeah.
another milestone on the journey. Problems as opportunities,
Yeah.
that you reframe there as well, which is really powerful. And and I love that idea of if you don't have a problem, you don't have a goal.
Yeah.
That the reason you see it as a problem is because there's a goal that you want, and that's the thing standing in the way, and the problem is the work and the thing that needs addressing.
Because even when I was walking, I was like, I turned around to Abby, one of my mayor's ambassadors. I was like, I wish that there was an elevator that would just bring me to the top and I could go to the top and then an elevator to bring me down because the top was the part. And it was just such a cool, not even a metaphor way to put what we learned into action. Like you have to put the time and you have to put the discipline to get up to what you want, the problem that you want. You can't just get an elevator in life to go up to the top of that thing. It's not going to happen. No one's teleporting me there. So it was so cool to see what we learned and what you taught us to actually like it was literal like step by step physically and mentally and now I'm able to apply in other things. I'm like, you can do step by step to get up there, then you just do one step at a time in uni or in work or in all those things as well. So cool.
So cool. So moving forward, Hannah Arndt 2.0 with this refreshed growth mindset. You've submitted all your assignments as of yesterday, I believe. So that's in, that's done, that's dusted. What's next for you? What's the next big physical, mental, whatever it happens to be challenge that you're taking on? Have you thought about the next big hurdle?
Yeah, so I have one more trimester left and then I graduate February. But during the workshop, when we wrote where we see ourselves, what we want to do next year, um, I want to graduate. I have to do my PLT, so my legal training to get admitted to the court. I want to move to Sydney. So I can do anything now. I can now that I've done that. That's the scariest thing. Like I'm not, that's my biggest fear. And if I can conquer that, nothing else is scary. And I think I also learned in it, like what you're saying, if you have a problem, it's because you care. So I want to be a better version of myself and conquer all of these things. And they're not fears. They excite me, like getting admitted to the court and becoming a lawyer. So if I can do my biggest fear and climb the highest building, then I can do anything like that's mentally challenging. I think the hardest thing for me is going to be going down to smaller picture though, because you see those big things like climbing, like we learned our growth mindset that if you don't do anything, nothing's going to change. And those goals seem so far away that I'm going to have to bring myself down to earth a little bit and be like, you can do everything that you want to do, but you have to put the work in to get there. Yeah, that's my
One
goal.
step at a time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hannah, thanks for jumping on the podcast and reflecting on your experience, and congratulations.
Thank you.